going on, everybody? Trucker Style Sean here, and today I'd like to talk about how to run to save money. Now, there's a lot of videos out here already, and people talking about how they run to save money and how big companies do it to save money, but some of the things that big companies do, they do make sense. Like some of the trucks you notice that run 63, 65 miles an hour, there's a reason for that. Lower RPMs, better fuel economy. Me, I can run wide out if I want to. I still only run 60 miles an hour because that's the sweet spot on this truck. Granted, I can still get decent fuel mileage running 65 and 70 because of the gearing, but I try and maximize fuel efficiency as much as possible, especially since I'm running local, and you're not running all that many miles in reality, but the pay is a little bit lower also running local, so you try and save every little bit you can as well. Now I'm going to go over 5 things that help me save on fuel economy in this truck, which I already said one of them, which is cruising at 60 miles an hour. Where I'm going, I really don't need to get there in a hurry. We have more than enough allotted time, and anything above that, you're just putting unnecessary wear and tear on your truck, especially like the people that cruise at 70 miles an hour all the time. That's unnecessary. That's extra heat in your engine, extra soot production, extra fuel just going straight out the tailpipe just because you want to get that extra load in for the week. Now, say you do a run, or how's this? My truck, the 9400. I've done it where I've done identical runs 2 weeks in a row. Running locals, which some of them were going to Orlando and back. I made sure all the loads were the same, but I did them at 70 miles an hour, and I've done them at 60 miles an hour. For a full 5-day work week, I ended up using $1,400 in fuel, cruising at 70 miles an hour. And that was at, I forget exactly how many miles it was. It was around 2,200 miles. And did the same thing at 60 miles an hour, and I ended up using $1,090. That's a big difference, you guys. And you do that consistently every week, that's savings right there. Another thing, I do not wind my truck out. I shift at 1,300. That is the sweet spot on this truck. Now, every truck is different. You have to find the sweet spot for every truck. I've had a ProStar where the sweet spot was right at 1,500. This truck's 1,300. Some of the smaller engine trucks, you might have to rev it out a little bit higher. This depends on what transmission, what rear ends, and what your truck actually likes. It will tell you because it will fall right into gear if it likes that. Now, fuel economy wise, I'm not revving it out all the time, so I'm not using unnecessary fuel. Alright, number 3, aerodynamics. This does not count in what I do, but when I was running over the road, I did the whole Airstream tabs, I did the side skirts, and the more efficient front bumper. And I didn't go with all the crazy dress-up stuff. I was strictly worried about making the truck as aerodynamic as possible. I put that big old roof thing on top because it's a mid-roof. Now, and that does help you a little bit. It does if you're over the road. Running local, unless you're actually cruising at highway speeds the entire time, it does nothing for you. Let's go. Number 4. The trailers. Do they have some of those side wings, or whatever y'all want to call them, side skirts. Those do actually help out a little bit. I've noticed about a quarter mile per gallon when I was running over the road difference hauling those opposed to an open bottom. Biggest one now. Number 5. Now this is a conjoined explanation, but make sure everything is lubed and aired properly. Meaning, grease all your joints, air up your tires, making sure they're at the right PSI. Because if something's not greased right, you're causing friction, which causes a little bit of a bind, meaning you got to drag somewhere. You're not getting as good a fuel mileage as you could. Underinflated tires, it's working harder to spin them. You're getting worse fuel mileage. Now, when a truck is freshly serviced, as long as it is running right, and your air pressure is proper, you should be getting the best amount of fuel mileage as long as you're driving the truck right. Now, if you're speeding off the line and doing simple crap like that, now you're not going to get good fuel mileage. Take off easy. Don't try and kill your truck. Drive it like you want it to last. Biggest thing. If you drive that truck like you want it to last, like you're not trying to hot dog it all the time, you'll probably get the best fuel mileage. Now, I did not mention cruise control for a reason. Me personally, I like using cruise control because I live in Florida and majority of the time it's completely flat. If you live in other states and you have hills, you might want to not use cruise control and you might want to run off your throttle. That'll help you in the long run a little bit, but that's one thing. If you have a boost gauge, I recommend staying under 20 PSI of boost. As long as you're under 20 PSI of boost, you should be getting decent fuel mileage. Anything above that, you're blowing extra money out the exhaust. Base your speed for how hard your engine's working. If it's not working hard and it's running nice, you'll get your best fuel mileage. Keep up on your maintenance. Keep up on your truck. Make sure everything is right, greased, aired, and taken care of. Then you really don't have to worry about it getting as worse a fuel mileage. Take care of your equipment. Y'all keep the rubber side down. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. Later, y'all.